Right, so many places are very nice when you've got good weather. When you've got really shitty weather, it's not very good no matter where you are. That goes for Thailand and whatever. If it's sunny, everything's nice. If it's raining, it's blooming awful. Now, I'm here in Vietnam and I'm at Da Nang, and this is what it's like today. It's absolutely not very good weather at all. Not very good weather, and it's just raining, to tell you the truth. So it's not very good at all. Not very good for doing any vlogs at all. But just trying to find something to do today. But this is what it's like. So you can have your good days and your bad days no matter where you are. But I find myself, when you're at the coast and it's not very good weather, there's not much to do, to tell the truth. Not much at all to do. So this is the weather now at the minute, so it's not very good at all. It's a bit crap. And I think that's the beach down there somewhere. But now I'm getting in a little bit because it's just crap weather. Right, decided to do a little vlog on the true cost of living in Thailand. I'm not going to give no BS or anything like that. I'm just going to give you my honest opinion of what it's like living in Thailand. Now, introduction is that I've moved across from the UK. I like living in Thailand and I like the people more than anything. But it has its ups and downs. And people that come to Thailand, they just come and think, oh, it's nice weather and it's, you know, it's sunny all year round, everything. But it's not like that at all. You get some good days and you get some bad days. And you get that no matter where you are. Right, my background living in the UK. I was a self-employed lorry driver and I used to love travelling around the country. I'm not one of these people that like sitting down in an office or anything. I loved travelling about the country and I did a lot of travelling myself. So I'm used to travelling about. I'm used to travelling about by myself, to tell the truth as well, so that don't make any difference to me at all. But in the UK, I had a nice house and a nice family, and the family is very important to me. So first things first is you're moving out of the country and you're moving over to another country away from your family. So that's one thing. Now, I know some people really have had family fallouts and anything, and you know, all things like that, and they just want to get away from the family. But to me, family is family, and that's it, no matter where you are. And you can set up another family over in Thailand if you want, but it's still not your family. So no matter what you do, it is not your family. So I still keep in contact with my family back home. I have regular contact with everybody back home, and I don't find this a problem at all. Right now, the housing in the UK and the cost of living. tell you the truth, I've worked all my life, and I paid for my own house, and I had no other bills. I had no other commitments, nothing on finance, so I was in a good position. So all I was paying for was bills, gas, electric, water and everything. Now, because I were on my own in the house, I got rebate for the water and I got rebate on the rates. And my pension, what I had over in England as well, I thought was okay for the standard of living what I wanted. I could do whatever I wanted to do. I'm a very outdoor person. I didn't like sitting in the house all the time. I was always out and about. I lived in Derbyshire, and I was always out walking, either walking the dog in local parks or walking the dog on the moors. Used to love walking. Used to like travelling about from one place to another in England. And one thing I did have in England was a motorhome at one time, and that was fantastic. It's only that I just got it at the wrong time of my life when I was still working, so I didn't get much out of it. But I think if I'd have retired and bought the motorhome then, it would have been a bit different kettle of fish. I could have lived in that vehicle, to tell you the truth. All right. Anyway, what it is that I'd got my own house, everything paid for, and I'd got a pension coming in. Now that's fine. To me, that was fine in England. I didn't find the cost of living all that bad while I was in England, because I'd got a regular pension coming in. And to tell you the truth, you had also got free national health, and I had a bus pass as well, which was quite good and all. I could travel all round England on the buses for no cost at all, which was absolutely great. And to tell you the truth, when I went over to England last time, I had my bus pass and I went all over the place, so I really enjoyed that. I will say things as well. I didn't find the cost of things too bad either. I know that the cost of living is a lot higher in England, but that's reflected in the pension that you get. I know it could be a lot higher, but you still get a pension. In other countries like Thailand and things like that, where I'm living now, the people don't get a pension. So it's a lot more difficult when they retire from work than what it is in the UK. Not only that, you don't get free travel and you don't get free healthcare either. You've got to pay for it. So that's the sort of things you've got to weigh up as well, especially when you're moving to Thailand, is the cost of healthcare and keeping yourself fit, to tell you the truth. And and you've got to pay for your travel going about, so you need some transport to go about. But these sort of things, you've got to weigh things like that up. It's right. So the bottom line is, I didn't find living in the UK too bad, because I was a very active person. I used to travel about all over the place. I had my own car, everything was paid for, my house was paid for. I could easily afford my bills, and I could easily afford my food as well. So I had no problem about living in the UK. Weather as well. I don't mind the weather in the UK. I don't mind snow. And I like the 4 seasons. I like the spring when the flower comes out. I like autumn when all the leaves fall off the trees of the different colours. I used to love it. And I used to love the open countryside. I used to go walking a lot. I used to go into Wales, Scotland, all over the place. Used to really enjoy it, and there's some lovely places. I know that you don't get the weather like Thailand, but the weather doesn't bother me one bit. I'm not one for sitting on a beach. I'm not one for sunbathing all the time. I like to keep myself active, so I actually go all over the place. Right, so we'll go on to the cost of living in Thailand now. Obviously, when you move over to Thailand, you need somewhere to live. So you either rent an house, buy a condo, or you can build a house, whatever. That is going to cost you money, and I know it's dirt cheap to build a house, but the thing is, a house is never yours. The land always belongs to the Thais. It is never yours. The only thing what you can have is a condo, and I think you've got to have over 50% occupancy, so it's got to be like 50% Thais and 50% expats, and in that building before you can actually own an apartment or anything. So things can be complicated, and I know it's very cheap rent and things like that, but I look at it this way: I didn't pay no rent in England. Everything was paid for. My house was paid for in England, so I had no outgoings on that whatsoever. But if I sold up and then moved over to Thailand, I would then end up either renting or buying a house or whatever. But like I said, buying a house, it's not yours. You build a house, you have a mortgage on an house, it is never yours. Rather than in England, it's yours and you can buy it and sell whatever you want. But in Thailand, it's not. You can't own land. Right, so where are you going to live in Thailand? Just depends on your lifestyle. Obviously, if you're a beach person, you want to go down the south of the country. If you like the scenery and the outdoor life, it's best up the north of the country. And to tell you the truth, the north of the country is far cheaper as well. A lot cheaper. Like most places in the world, if you go to the coast, you get the tourists. And where you get the tourists, the costs are a lot more. Right. So on these vlogs, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my move from the UK to Thailand. I'm going to show you how I got about it, where I live now, the cost of living I've got in Thailand now compared to the cost of living when I was in the UK. And I'll also show you as well where I lived in the UK. And also the family sort of ties what I've got in the UK. So I'll show you all that. So it's everything to do with my move to Thailand, and I'll show that. And to tell you the truth, you get a lot of people in Thailand that put out vlogs and saying how good it is. It's nice weather and you've got beaches and things like that. That's okay if you want to live by a beach and you're looking at the same sea, the same beach every day. I'm not into that. I'm a very active person and I like to go about all over the place. I don't like to stick to one place. I live up country in Thailand. I live in a rural area, in a village. Very, very cheap to live. Very, very nice people to live. And to tell you the truth, if I want to go to the beach, I just get on a plane and go, and it only costs me £40 to travel down from like Konkan, where I am, Konkan Airport, over to the beaches, wherever. It cost me about 40 quid. And to tell you the truth, I enjoy having an holiday that way, where I go to a beach area for a holiday rather than actually stopping at the beach, because to me there's nothing more boring than looking at the same sea all the time, looking at the same beach all the time, going to the same areas all the time, drinking in the same bars all the time. It's, to me, it's not on. I don't like that whatsoever, so I don't bother about anything like that. So I just like vlogging and going all over Thailand. Like I said, if I want to go to the beach, I'll go, take a plane and go to a beach, go for 2-3 weeks, for a month, or whatever I want to do. But I'm not bothered about stopping on the coast. And to tell the truth, it's a lot more expensive at the coast than what it is inland. And it's a lot less touristy inland as well. And I find that the people are far more friendly. The roads are a lot better to get around. It's not packed with people, it's not packed with tourists. And to tell you the truth, I don't come to a different country to live out with a load of people from the UK and Europe and everything like that. I'm not into that. I wanted to be part of the Thai community, and I think I've done that. I think I'm in a village in a Thai community, which is absolutely fantastic. Everybody gets along with everybody. I get along with everybody, and they're absolutely fantastic. Completely different to what it is on the coast. Completely different. Right, now the only reason why I'm doing this vlog now is because, like I said, it's absolutely pissing down with rain, and I've got no else to do, to tell the truth, so I thought I'd just make a little vlog like this. But as you can see, it's absolutely lagging it down outside. It's bloody awful weather, and there's not much to do, so I'm just trying to fill in time here. But this is what it's like when it's pissing down with rain on the coast, isn't it? It's like there's not many places to go. So that's it. I'll just put this little vlog on and show you what it's like here in the rain.